Hello and welcome to the session. Understanding Assessment in Education and Training, LO3. Understand the role and use of constructive feedback in the assessment process. Is constructive feedback the missing link in effective assessments? In education, feedback transforms assessments into a developmental journey. Explore how feedback fosters learning, confidence, and achievement. Constructive feedback is crucial in the assessment process, connecting decisions to learning. It turns assessments into a developmental process, enhancing learner progress. Feedback explains decisions, helping learners understand standards. Clear feedback builds trust and acceptance. It supports learning by identifying strengths and areas for improvement. Feedback guides future improvement with specific, actionable advice. It supports target setting and motivates learners. Constructive feedback promotes engagement and confidence. Timely and respectful feedback keeps learners motivated. Poor feedback can damage confidence and hinder progress. Feedback supports quality assurance by providing evidence for decisions. Clear, well-recorded feedback aids verification processes. It ensures fair and consistent assessments. Constructive feedback strengthens learning and assessment decisions. Without it, assessments lose value as developmental tools. Constructive feedback supports learning, development, and confidence. It must focus on improvement, not judgment. Feedback should be learner-centered, tailored to individual needs. Specific feedback explains strengths and improvements clearly. It should be factual, based on evidence, not opinion. Feedback should be developmental, supporting improvement. It identifies next steps and actions for learners. Timely feedback is most effective when given promptly. It allows learners to apply guidance to future tasks. Respectful feedback maintains learner dignity and confidence. Feedback should include positive aspects and areas for improvement. Highlighting strengths builds confidence and motivation. Identifying areas for development guides progress. A balanced approach supports ongoing learning. Feedback helps learners understand expectations and improve performance. Constructive feedback connects assessment to learning and improvement. It identifies successes and areas for improvement. Feedback reinforces effective practice and guides change. It supports action planning with clear guidance. Feedback turns assessment into an ongoing process. Feedback builds learner confidence and ownership. Balanced feedback recognizes strengths and development areas. Understanding feedback helps learners take responsibility for progress. Constructive feedback leads to improved performance. It benefits learners and assessors by improving outcomes. Feedback can be given in various ways to suit learners. Oral feedback is immediate and interactive. Written feedback provides a permanent record. One-to-one feedback personalizes the guidance. Peer and self-assessment promote reflection and responsibility. Feedback should link to standards and criteria. Referring to learning outcomes clarifies assessment decisions. It ensures clarity, fairness, and consistency. Learners focus on what is required to achieve. This approach supports effective guidance and improvement. Using a range of feedback methods ensures clarity and support. Learners receive guidance to improve performance. Feedback helps achieve assessment standards. It supports ongoing learning and development. Effective feedback is essential in education. Oral feedback is given immediately after activities. It allows for clear explanations and understanding checks. This method is useful for practical tasks. Immediate guidance supports improvement. Oral feedback engages learners in their progress. Written feedback includes comments on assignments. It provides a permanent record for learners. Detailed guidance supports quality assurance. Written feedback is essential for complex feedback. It ensures learners understand assessment criteria. One-to-one feedback personalizes the guidance process. It allows for supportive discussions with learners. Learners can ask questions and reflect on performance. This method is effective for sensitive feedback. It provides additional support when needed. Peer feedback allows learners to learn from each other. It shows how standards apply in practice. Self-assessment encourages reflection and responsibility. Both methods require clear structure and guidance. They ensure feedback remains constructive and effective. Feedback should relate to standards and criteria. Direct references to outcomes clarify decisions. This ensures fairness and consistency in assessments. Learners understand what is required to achieve. It supports focus on necessary improvements. A variety of feedback methods ensures clarity and support. Learners receive effective guidance for improvement. Feedback helps meet assessment standards. It promotes ongoing learning and development. Constructive feedback is vital in education. Feedback must be learner-centered and specific. It should be factual, developmental, and timely. Respectful feedback maintains motivation and dignity. A balanced approach highlights strengths and areas for growth. Effective feedback supports learning and achievement. Constructive feedback impacts learning and assessment. It improves performance and supports progress. Feedback builds confidence and learner ownership. It leads to higher quality outcomes. Feedback is essential for effective education. In conclusion, understanding the role and use of constructive feedback is essential in the assessment process. Constructive feedback helps learners recognize their strengths, identify areas for improvement, and understand how to progress in their learning. Effective feedback is clear, timely, and supportive, encouraging motivation and continuous development. Understanding how to provide and use constructive feedback enhances learner achievement and contributes to high-quality teaching and assessment practice. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us via email or WhatsApp at 07484361688.